Yo! So last time we got wrecked by the onyx fish, and today we're going to get some reinforcements. That said, we're probably not going to make it to the onyx fish rematch today, because there's something else I want to do before we take him on again, just to pick up some extra levels. And gosh dang it, pick deposit me. But yeah, that thing that I want to do before we take him on is going to take a long time. And you probably know what it is, because you've probably played this game already. But before we do that, I hate this guy. Before we do that, we have to go get our second party member. So this is Twinkle Elementary School. Fun fact, this music is used as the credits theme for the Game Boy camera. I'm not sure why or how in terms of licensing. So anyway, we need to go to the roof, and the roof is locked. And I have a solution for that, and that is go bug the janitor, because he has keys to everything. Sup, dude? Okay, we say yes. So, this guy, you have to answer his questions the way you want him to get him to help you. You have to say his wife is terrible. And then you have to say she's not terrible. And then you have to accept tea. Always accept drinks from people you don't know. That's the golden rule. So if you go around this school and you talk to the kids, they're talking about a dude named Lloyd, who we named on the character naming screen. And they talk about Lloyd, and basically they're all just making fun of him and calling him a weakling, such and such. Yes, your wife is not terrible. I gotcha. So yeah, Lloyd gets picked on. And we're good to go up to the roof. And that guy just walked through that kid. Also, this is the tallest school building ever. But you probably know so, right? Because you probably played this game before. Alright, so there's someone in this trash can. He doesn't want to come out because he thinks you're going to pick on him. But if you actually be nice to him, alright. If you actually be nice to him, then he comes out. And it's Lloyd. Sup, Lloyd? Alright, so Lloyd's going to be our second party member. But we actually can't get him yet, because, well, we can get him, but we have to do something first. And that is, we have to go to the sweet little factory, which was that factory by the cave that we came out of Magic Ant. And we have to pick up a bottle rocket and give it to him, because Lloyd likes explosives. And here we are. Man, the encounter rate's lowered in this hack. Gotta say. So yeah, anyway, Lloyd. Lloyd is probably my favorite character in the series. He's pretty much like the main example of what I was saying in episode 1, where I think this game really gets its themes across well. Because... oh, yeah, don't want that knife. That's useless to us until like the end of the game. Yeah, anyway, with Lloyd, like, he has, well, he's interesting in that he's a playable character in this series that really gets a lot of character development, which is kind of rare until Mother 3. Earthbound certainly doesn't really have it among its 4 playable characters. See, the thing with Lloyd is, like, we saw him, he was hiding in a trash can, so everyone just kind of, like, assumes he has no worth and makes fun of him. But the thing is, like, oh, well, here's our objective already. Alright, clear up some space. The thing is, people, like, they call him a weakling, things like that, but then he joins you to go fight aliens and save the world, while all of his bullies just kind of sit at home and don't do crud. And it's not like Earthbound, where Jeff has to do crud like that because he's the chosen one, chosen by destiny. No, Nintendo and Lloyd are not chosen ones. The only reason why they're the protagonists of this story is because they're the only people who have bothered to actually do something. Those bullies could go do something with their lives, but they just kind of don't. So, like, I think it really goes to show that, like, Lloyd has sort of like a strength of will beneath his demeanor, and I really like that. He's not what he appears to be. And he really doesn't deserve the crap he gets. Get wrecked, little saucer. Oh, crud. Yeah, anyway, I find his position really, like, not relatable. Realistic, I suppose. It's realistic, and it kind of hits, that soft spot of something that I think it's well done. I'll just say that much. Especially considering, like, well, spoilers, he does join us as soon as we get him this bottle rocket. So he pretty much just, like, sets out on a journey across the world and, like, leaves his home just to repay one small act of kindness. Like, he's a really cool guy, but just everyone here never gave him a chance. Yep, have a bottle rocket, Lloyd. We will come along with you to the lab. And we will visit Duncan's factory later. That is the thing that's the thing I want to do before we go back and rematch the Onyx Fish. Because we're going to get a lot of levels in Duncan's factory, probably. Yeah, everyone calls Lloyd a weakling, stinkling, or stupid head. And yet, when push comes to shove, Lloyd actually does something. Good for you, Lloyd. Oh boy, this can only go well. Yeah, so Lloyd blows up the laboratory, and then we just leave. So Lloyd's in our party now. Oop. Yeah, come on, door. So I want to point out one thing right now. In every other version of this game, when you get Lloyd, he comes at level 1. In this ROM hack, he's level 15. He is higher level than Nintendo. Look at their XP. So, yeah. That's one of the reasons why I'm playing this hack instead. It's a lot easier in the eyes when you don't have to watch me grind Lloyd up to snuff. Also, we're gonna have to stay at the hotel. I think it's like $150. I'll withdraw $180. We'll go with that. Yeah, so the normal strategy when I play beginnings is you get Lloyd, he's level 1, and then what you want to do is use the Onyx hook that you should have gotten from being the Onyx Fish, which I failed to do. And that will return you to Magicant. And then Magicant has free healing, and you can fight a bunch of enemies in the caves and just outside the town. So you go to Magicant, you abuse the free healing, and you just work on getting Lloyd up to snuff. And it does take a while, so kinda glad we can just not worry about that. One thing I want to point out about Lloyd, though, is, like, the whole point of his character is everyone calls him a weakling. Here's Nintendo's stats, here's Lloyd's stats. Well, you know, he's actually not that much worse. I guess because Nintendo's really underleveled at this point. Actually, he's not worse at all, besides not having PSI. I need to get him a boomerang. You can buy boomerangs at the shop, but I'm pretty sure I'm too poor. Alright, so scratch that. I guess normally my Nintendo is higher leveled. Either way, a Nintendo and a Lloyd at the same level, Nintendo will have better stats. So, like, you see right now, their stats are mostly comparable, but Nintendo's 5 levels lower. So Lloyd is kind of a weakling. But the thing is, even if he is weak, like, he's still your buddy. And that does an amazing amount of good for you, because now you have double the inventory space, you have double the moves in battle. It's like, it goes to show that just because he's a weakling stinkling head, that doesn't mean he can't be a good friend. And I really like that. Also, we need more money. So I'm gonna go ahead and deposit everything I have. And what we'll do is we'll go and head to Duncan's factory, and we'll probably die. But we'll probably pick up some money while we're there. So once we get that money, we'll be able to buy a boomerang for Lloyd, and that will be lovely, because then Lloyd will be able to actually do things in battle. Because as it stands, he's running around with literally no weapon. Oh, crud. Oh gosh, well this could be a dangerous situation, because these guys can give Nintendo an asthma attack, which makes him just do absolutely nothing. So I think what I'm going to do is I'll defense down the truck, and then Lloyd go ahead and bash it. Yeah, at this point in the game, if Nintendo doesn't get to attack, you're probably going to run into trouble. Because Nintendo's offense is much better, considering he has a boomerang. You can't take the boomerang off Nintendo and give it to Lloyd, because, oh nice. Unless if you kept the T-ball bat, because, yeah, I probably should have kept the T-ball bat. You can't take a piece of equipment off someone unless if you're replacing it with something else. Which is kind of weird, but oh well. You know, another thing I want to point out, a common complaint in this game is that the inventory space is super low, and you do have 4 less spaces in your inventory than in the other Mother games. But, oh, hey, secret pass. The thing is, the other Mother games, when you equip your items, they stay in your inventory. And in this game, when you equip your items, they disappear from your inventory and go into your gear screen. So, there are 4 different slots for equipable items. There's 4 less inventory slots in the later games. It's basically the same amount of inventory space. So, I don't really see that complaint as valid. What's up, dog? I do have a pass. One moment, please. Yeah, so you find a pass, and then your pass doesn't even work. So, boss fight, am I right? No, it's a stray dog. This is a Podunk Stay enemy. He's dead. I don't know why he's there, in all honesty. Alright, so this is Duncan's factory. We're going to die. It's like an inevitability. But we'll last as long as we can. There's an enemy in here called the Bomber that can throw a bomb at you that does 60 damage to both your characters. And considering my health is around like 60 max, yeah. If we run into those, we'll probably get wrecked. So anyway, this is Duncan's factory. This map is legendary for being unnecessarily huge. And we're probably going to be here for a while. We have 2 objectives. One of them is we have to get to a rocket, which we have to launch at the boulders that are blocking the train tracks so we can proceed north. And the rocket's relatively easy to find because it's in the top left corner of the factory. So you just kind of have to go generally up and left, and you'll get there no problem. The thing that's going to leave us lost here is we have another objective, and that is finding the 2nd Franklin badge. And the 2nd Franklin badge is just in some room, and I can never seem to remember where that room is. There's definitely no easy way to find it, like just hang up and left. I do think I am going the wrong way, though. I think it's on this right side, if I remember correctly from the last time I played this hack. One of the things this hack does is it does change some of the maps, and one of them that is changed is Duncan's factory. It's supposed to be simplified, but this place is still huge, and I found that this hack has disoriented me more than anything in this place. But we'll see if I'm able to find the Franklin badge. You want the Franklin badge, because, talked about it before, it, excuse me, I'm gonna avoid the big bag, because Nintendo has life up. It can save you from instant kill attacks later in the game, so that's very good to have. Yeah, anyway, since we're gonna be here for a while, oh crud, we're probably going to get a bunch of levels on Nintendo and Lloyd if we don't die. So that's why I wanted to do this place before I went to take down the Onyx fish again. Speaking of dying, Lloyd's not in a good spot. Alright, there we go. Oh boy. That's not pleasant. Alright, Nintendo needs healing. See, this is one of the reasons why it's really good to pick up the big bag. You can give it to Lloyd, who doesn't have PSI, and then Lloyd basically has like his own version of life up in spamming the big bag. Lloyd is supposed to be set up so that, like, his whole gimmick is that he has special items he can use, one of them being the bottle rocket we got earlier, and this laser beam that we just pick up. But the thing is, unlike Jeff and Earthbound, who can just, like, nuke everything with multi-bottle rockets, Lloyd's special items still kind of blow. At least in my experience. There are bombs he can get that are strong, but the bottle rockets do like 20 damage to both enemies. It's frankly not very helpful. And the laser beam does like as much damage as his normal attack, though he doesn't have a boomerang, so using laser beam might be better. I don't know if the laser beam can even smash though. Oh crud, Lloyd's almost dead. Yeah, we'll use the laser beam. It's kind of weird the laser beam's not an equipable item, but whatever. Yeah, our healing resources are probably going to run dry before we complete either of our objectives, because this place is really an endurance test more so than anything. But we're getting those sick levels, so when we come back we'll be stronger. A very good strategy for this place is to use bread at the beginning, so that when you need to leave, you can just follow the trail breadcrumbs and get out. The reason why I didn't do that is, frankly, just because I assume I'm probably going to die at some point and get kicked out, so might as well not waste my bread. Because that way, when I come here for the final successful run, I'll be able to just bread it up. I really should be using a laser beam on this guy, considering Lloyd's doing like 3 damage. Good job, Nintendo. Yeah, as it stands, we're having to heal after like every fight. It would be very nice to have some defensive equipment from Magic Hand, but again, I really find it to be just sort of a waste to buy any of the stuff that's not the absolute best stuff. Considering the absolute best stuff is kind of just available to you if you have the money. Let's check over here. Nope. Yeah, if you can't tell, I'm kind of wandering around just without direction at this point. What I should be doing is I should be going into the side rooms and opening the chests so that, well, chests, their presents, so that, when I inevitably get lost and loop around, I'll know where I've already been. That would be a good plan. The laser beam, I believe, has a random chance of breaking every time you use it. That's what stops you from using it forever. Yeah, we're gonna start having to rely on the big bag pretty soon, because Nintendo is almost out of PP. Also, he might be dead. Oh, nope. Alright guys, this robot needs to die. Thanks, Nintendo. Yeah, we're alright, almost both dead. You know, there is one other room that I want to get to, and that's a room that's just full of garbage cans with stat boosting items in them. That would be very nice to get to. Beef up Nintendo a bit to make up for how underleveled he's going to be. Yeah, at this point he's pretty much going to be lower level than Lloyd for the rest. Well, okay, here's the bomber I was talking about earlier. Let's try and get out of here. Nope, no dice. Please don't bomb me. Okay, he tripped. We're out. What's in here? A rope. Oh, sweet. Alright, I'm gonna give that to Lloyd. Well, no. Actually, which one of them's faster? Nintendo has 32 speed, Lloyd has 27. Oh yeah, see, Nintendo's stats are already better than Lloyd's. His better growths are kicking in. Alright, so I'll keep that on Nintendo, because then Nintendo will be able to, he'll be able to outspeed enemies and rope them. whereas Lloyd has a bit of trouble doing that. I should probably big bag up in 10. There we go. Alright, so we'll head this way. I think the stat booster room is to the left, if I recall correctly. That might be the entrance where he came in. I just walked by. Not sure. What's up, Dr. Distorto? Oh, crud. Well, I mean, that works, Lloyd, but you might still die. If he gets beamed, he's dead. Oh, okay, they beamed in 10. Good. Lloyd, chomp on some herbs. You need it. And we will bash and laser beam spam. And victory is ours. Alright, Nintendo, get those sick gross kicking in. Yeah, so, as you probably should be noticing by now, Nintendo is basically superior in almost every way. He ends up with better defense, he ends up with better speed, he ends up with better offense. And it's kind of the same way with, well, it's the same way with your other permanent party member. So that's pretty much the reason why I say Nintendo is pretty much the best character in the game. He never gets any offensive PSI, which is the one niche that the other permanent party member gets over him. But I find that it's really not big enough of a niche to make her better. Lloyd, you just fill up on bottle rockets. It'd probably be best to start using those while I still don't have the boomerang on Lloyd. Because once he gets the boomerang, he'll be able to start using that for offense. I'm going the wrong way, by the way, if I want to get those stat boosters. I'm pretty sure they're at the bottom. Get away from me, Bomber. Alright, thanks for tripping repeatedly. Probably could have killed this guy by now if I just actually attacked him, but oh well. There are a bunch of enemies in this game that it's just kind of in your best interest to not fight. And I consider that Bomber one of them. So I think the stat booster rooms are over here. Medicine. Okay, cool. I think this is the stat booster room. Yes, it is. So we got speed tab. We got vitality tab. And we got a status tab. Status just makes it easier for you to inflict status conditions. It's not a very helpful stat. But Nintendo actually gets status PSI. So that's going to Nintendo. Speed tab, I find it's very helpful if Nintendo can outspeed the final boss, so we'll give him as much speed as possible. And Vitality tab, we'll give it to Lloyd so you can start getting more HP and die less, because I've had that be a problem with Lloyd in the past. Doesn't seem to be as much of a problem in this hack though, because, well, he comes at level 15. That will certainly help you out in terms of not being awful. What's up, Fireball? These guys are a pain in the butt, because they're pretty much going to do 20 damage to both your party members no matter what. Also, why am I not using the laser beam? Kinda want to save the bottle rockets for situations where you run into 2 enemies at once. Because they are spray attack in this game, which is kinda weird considering they're not in Earthbound. Excuse me. Oh yes, I'm out of PP. Big bag it up. Big bag it up again. Big bag it up again. We might worth for a big bag here at this rate. Okay, so now our objective is the Franklin bedroom, which I think that's generally to the right. I'm not super certain. I think in the original version of this map it was generally to the left, but I think in this game it's generally to the right. Alright, I'm gonna just bash the bomber, because the run strats weren't working super well earlier. Yeah, so that gives him 1 turn to try and bomb us if we use that strategy. Whereas if run doesn't work out, it gives him like 3 turns. But we do have a chance of getting away from him without him getting a turn at all. So, Alright, let's try and find a ladder that goes up. Alright, a ladder that goes up. Can we go up and to the right? No, we cannot. What's down here? Well, I think this is, yeah, nothing. It's not where the Franklin badge is, I can tell you that much. Where the Franklin badge is, there's a ladder that goes up to 1 little square. And that 1 little... Man, we're gonna slow down. That 1 little square is, Sheesh. What's up with this? Not entirely certain. That 1 little square has 1 door on the top wall, and then it has another door on the right. Kind of like this if there was a door right here. And that door on the right is where the Franklin badge is. Oop. Sweet, more rope. I will always like more rope. Ah, great, it's another bomber. I mean, these guys haven't wrecked me yet. Oh, God. Yeah, well. Remember when I said these guys haven't wrecked me yet? Yeah. Alright, so it seems like we're doing an intense solo run for now. Also, Lloyd's ghost sprite is transparent, but his glasses are opaque. I kind of like that. Oh yeah, you have to give the bag to Nintendo. Lloyd can't use it when he's dead. Actually, I'm going to use this medicine. Yeah, because that heals a lot more. Probably better than using a bunch of our big bag charges. I'm going to check over here. Is there? Nope, there's nothing there. Anything at the end of this room? Let's see. Well, replace that medicine. Yeah, so I'm willing to bet Nintendo's not going to survive very long on his own. So, it would be nice if we could find the Franklin badge soon. I feel like I'm near the right place. These old robots are actually less dangerous than the scrappers. It's kind of odd. I don't think they have PK Beam. Nice smash, Nintendo. Clutch. 911 XP. So, yeah, I was there before. Head over here. Check up here. Oh, this is it. Oh no! Do I have Warp Slip yet? I do. Okay, Warp Slip lets you... I don't have PP! We're out! No! Ooh, okay. Get out. Okay. Get out. Phew. Alright, Warp Slip lets you guaranteed escape from any fight. Franklin badge, yes. Okay, so that's the second objective of this place down. What's this? Bread. Sweet. Okay, so I guess now we can just see how long we live and try to get to the rocket. So again, to get to the rocket, you want to generally just go up and left. So we'll take every up ladder we see, and we'll keep going left. And if that doesn't work out for us, we'll go back the way we came, and then we'll try the same strat. I don't think I'm going to survive this. We'll see. Yeah, if I do survive this, I will be using medicine. Okay, he's in a defensive pose. In fact, I should use medicine now. Sick miss, old robot. Oh gosh, he's cranking out the beam. Well, his bash did about as much damage as beam. I don't know if that's necessarily worse. You're out. And level 14. I guess Nintendo is going to catch up to Lloyd in levels. Or at least he's getting closer. So let's go ahead and big bag it up, because Nintendo needs it. Big bag it up. I'm very surprised I've survived as long as I have. Just gonna throw that out there. It's a scrapper. Great. So I guess the old robots do have beam. Suppose I was wrong about that. Maybe the scrappers just like use it more. The scrapper does less damage with its bash too. So I guess the old robot is more dangerous than the scrapper. I'm gonna magic herb up just because I don't want to take chances. Alright, go up. Go left. I think we might be coming up on it. Oh yeah, this is characteristic of it. Yeah, it should be at the end of this hallway. It's not the right ward. Yeah, here it is right here. Oh crud, Lloyd might have to be alive though. Let's see. Yes, Lloyd has to be alive. Alright, so we need to get out of here then. Which means I'm probably going to have to die, because there's little chance that I'm going to find the exit organically. So I think what I'm going to do is I'll bash the scrapper, and I'll hope Dr. Distorto just flies into a rage and murders me. Alright, so we'll come back here with Lloyd, and then we'll get the rocket. We might be able to, actually, we could go do our rematch with the Onyx Fish, and then come back, and then go get the rocket. Nah, I might as well just crank out the end of Duncan's factory now. Nintendo is dead. Yes, we'll give it another shot. Oh, but if I go to Magic Camp, then I can get free healing. That might be a good plan. How much money do we have? Can I buy another boomerang now? Oh, I can totally buy another boomerang. Unless if the doctor's fee for reviving Lloyd is exuberant. I'm gonna have to stay at the hotel, too. I'll hope I can afford another boomerang. That's the school. The school is not the hospital. I think the hospital's up this way. Where are you at, hospital? Well, there's a shop. I should know that because that's where I just was. Hospital? How hard is it to find the hospital in this town? Alright, well, we'll check back down here again. Yeah, doctor's fees for reviving a party member can get expensive. You know, one thing I can do, I can get Lloyd revived for free at Magic Camp too. So, actually, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just buy his boomerang now. Yes, the empty inventory space is there. So I'm going to buy his boomerang, and then I'm going to trek back to Magic Camp. We'll revive Lloyd. We'll fight the Onyx Fish. And then we'll come back, probably next episode, and then we'll finish off Duncan's factory. I would like to deposit, and I would like to deposit $611. Yep, we're out. Alright, so Lloyd, you just continue being dead, and we're going to go back to Magic Camp. So the way to get back to Magic Camp, if you don't have the Onyx Hook, oh crud, wrong way, is you have to go to one of those seashell caves and use telepathy on the seashell again. So we're going to go back this way, because we happen to know of a seashell cave just south of Marysville. Speaking of which, I don't think I mentioned this in the last episode. This place is called Marysville in the Sandhop translation. In Tomatoes translation, it's called Thanksgiving. All of the towns in Tomatoes translation, the Japanese version, are named after holidays. Except Reindeer and Snowman. I don't have PP. Gosh dang it. Do I have PSI soon? No, I don't. Alright, so scratch that. We're going to have to go back to town. We're going to have to get money. We're going to have to sleep. Which is still less expensive than the doctor's fee. So, it's not too much of a loss. We'll sleep, we'll get PP, and then we'll come back here and use telepathy. I just gotta hope that guy isn't blocking the entrance to the store. I don't know why this NPC is here. He hasn't done it yet, though, which is nice. Alright, ATM card. I think it was $130 to stay the night in this town. So we'll grab that. Still kind of a bummer to lose all that money, because we want to save up money for that sick defensive equipment Magic Ant. Oh, it's 65. Oh, so it was 130, I guess, because that was taking into account the fact that Lloyd had to sleep too. But Lloyd is dead, so it's not a problem. Alright, we'll drop off that $65, because every little bit of money counts. 6, oh, that's a 5. Alright, 65. Buy money. Alright, so Nintendo has PP now. So, off to Magic Ant. Yeah, you pretty much have no reason to go down this way ever again if you did get the Onyx Hook. Well, I guess you do, because every time you leave Magic Ant for a certain amount of time, you have to go to the cave, through the cave system again. So you're gonna have to go the way we just did, but backwards every time. Nothing happened? Okay, so I guess that shell is one way, so we're gonna have to go to the shell in Podunk. This goes to show how many times I've played this game and skipped the Onyx Hook. Not a whole lot. Luckily, Podunk is not far away. Mother's Day. Whatever. It's actually, all we have to do is cross over one bridge. Well, one bridge. It's like 4 bridges in sequential order. Or at least in the original game. They may have changed that, because they changed the maps in this hack. We'll see. Yeah, Podunk's Day is literally right over here. Little saucers, I don't have time for your crud. We're out. Sandhop translation, warp slip is called Force D slip, which sounds awesome. Yeah, there's the 4 bridges in sequential order. West Mother's Day, East Thanksgiving. And we're already back in Mother's Day. So, if you recall correctly, to get to the Magic Ant cave, as in the cave that's not in Magic Ant, but the cave that leads to Magic Ant, we just have to go up from here, and then we're gonna have to hook it. We're gonna have to hook it east. So let's go. Jeez. It's quite the walk. And here we are. No, wait, actually we're not here. Here we are. Sup, guys? I thought you already lifted martial law. Why do I have to talk to you again? Well, thanks. And now, we return to Magic Ant. Which will be nice, because poor old Lloyd here can stop being dead. PSI, telepathy. Gotta answer the riddle again. Not entirely sure why the one from Marysville is one way. It's kinda odd. But oh well. Oh, one thing you want to do when you get here. That was my text tone. It's the victory theme from this game. Anyway, one thing you want to do when you get here is you want to talk to this guy and say no. Oh, I guess Lloyd has to be alive. Alright, we'll talk to him next episode. We'll finish off this episode by reviving Lloyd, healing up, and then going and saving. Oh, no, don't heal in 10. Yeah, heal Lloyd. Thanks. Actually, yeah, Nintendo's pretty much good, and Lloyd doesn't have any PP to restore after his death, so don't have to worry about that. Alright, so we'll hang in here, we'll talk to this person. Actually, wrong person. Do we have anything to store? We don't. Oh, I should get Lloyd to equip his boomerang. Good thing I randomly went to my inventory. Alright, we don't want to talk to the goodskeeper. We want to talk to the phone impressionist. The phone impersonator. Yes, I would like to save. Alright. So victory's ours. Next time, we're going to go take on the Onyx Fish and avenge that poor squad of flying men. Adios.